Punch Out Boxing here with Jon Trethewey after another night here at York Hall, and we've seen the captain, all hands on deck, get that win against Harley Hodgetts. I was impressed.
I'm proud of him, and I was impressed as well. You know, I just spoke to one of your other colleagues or competitors. I felt the result was probably right. It might have been one more round to Harley, the way I scored it, but it probably was 1 or 2 for Harley. I felt, and Harley just spoke to me and he said he felt it was the right result. Harley came forward, you know, and a lot of people were looking at thinking, you know, sometimes the aggressive fighter, you think, but the crisper shots and the cleaner boxing was definitely done with Finlay. Tonight was his night, you know. We got him, he wanted to headline, and we got him to headline. He come and fought an undefeated fighter who was 4-0. He hadn't fought for a couple of years, so he had been inactive, but the noise was he was good. It was like, well, when you do step up, you know, you're going to fight someone good. So I felt that was the right yardstick for him. And he came through perfectly. Really good performance from him. And now we'll try and help them. Maybe one more, maybe not, but see if we can get him a title in the next fight or the one after. Just depends how things fall. You know, it's like people who've got belts haven't, who wants to take the fight, who doesn't. But no, very strong performance from Finlay. Well done.
Yeah, onwards and upwards for him. Yeah, a couple of prospects came a proper. It just goes to show, even journeymen, when they come a win.
Yeah, look, we don't want any of our prospects to win, but boxing's boxing, right? They should be coming to have a go, and it should be good fights. I didn't watch both of them all the way through, if I'm honest. You know, there was a lot of disgruntled people on the Jaden Pryor one. I didn't get to watch all of it, but it looked close. So it was close. So it's nicked one way or the other. And similar for Tommy Petrel. I mean, Pons come out in the last round like he was possessed. I think that he thought it was his last ever fight, or I don't know what he was doing there, but he threw the kitchen sink at him and he nicked it. And, you know, that's probably the right result. I'm sorry, Tommy, you're our guy. But I think that probably was the right result there. But they're good learning fights. I've said this a billion times on interviews. Everyone gets beat, unless you're Mayweather or Andre Ward or Rocky Marciano, Joe Calzaghe. So, and there's probably another one. But
Mikushevsky.
yeah, I would never have got that. But you're the Animac, not me, right? But yeah, look, they're learning fights for them. They regroup. You know, I spoke to Tommy before we went. I didn't get a chance to see Jaden, but don't go and be down about it. Don't think it's the end of the world. Don't go and balloon up in weight. Don't go and sort of like, I don't get back in the gym, learn from that fight, and get back. And you'll be better for that fight for sure with the experience.
A couple of debutants looked good. Liz Cousins. I mean, she looks like she could be a star in the women's game. And Mohammed FARAZ. Yeah.
Yeah, Lizzie. I mean, Lizzie's with Mark, obviously, and we work with Mark, so it's actually their fighter. So that's quite exciting because I treat their fighters like they're mine, and the fighters I use, they treat them like they're theirs. I was excited. I know she told you on her interview earlier, but she told me last week when I was sat with her, she said, I'm the first female fighter out of Canning Town. I was like, what? Canning Town, you know, a hotbed of boxing. We all know Canning Town from old and from current. So to have her debut, and she had some supporters here. She looked good. She won the fight fair and square. I kind of felt maybe she was just loading up a little bit, maybe, but they'll go back and learn from that one as well. I'm not saying she was bad, maybe just sort of like box a little bit more, but she's very tall, very confident, lovely girl to deal with. You know, she's come up, she just appreciates the opportunity, very grateful for everything that comes her way. And yeah, like, it's not my position to say because I don't manage her, but I'd say get her a couple of fights, you know, female fights. She should be going into 50-50s, maybe up to 2 or 3. The height might play her advantage, you know, if they can get her boxing to the best of her ability, she should have a reach advantage over most fighters that she comes across. As for Mohammed, yeah, everybody wanted to see him because everybody thought that he was a bit of a killer from the amateurs. Nobody really knew him. He threw the kitchen sink at Jordan Branham. Jordan Branham is as good a journeyman you will ever meet in the world, and he nicked a round off him. And that's probably right. You know, Jordan came in and put it on him as well. But I expect big things from him. I didn't realise he was 30 until his interview. Spoke to Mark after, and he was like, "Look, he wants to be active. He wants to be out regularly." So I don't think he'll hang around. He's had good support. He's from Reading. You know, that's a big town in Reading. I can't think of many other boxers from Reading. So you know, if he's followed well and with his community as well, could be good.
Sounds like the party's about to start soon. You can tell us about the June the 28th card. Looks like there's some bangers on there.
Yeah, you know what? I've said it a couple of times. I don't want to tempt fate, but it's going to happen. But it is what it is. At the moment, Kyle, Eddie, and I have worked on that ridiculously, and at the moment, it probably looks like the best card I've ever done. Even better than the O2 ones, maybe in terms of the volume of 50-50s and how competitive they are. Boxing's a funny sport. You know, things fall through for one reason or another. I've still got a couple of things up my sleeve that we might announce in the next few days or the next week. There's 1 or 2 fighters that want 50-50s, want titles. I've got the titles, we've got but they need an opponent. Sometimes that's hard, you know. So I think people sometimes just look at Boxrec and go, "Oh, I'll put him in with him." It doesn't always work like that, you know. What stage are they at? What confidence have they got? What did they learn in the last fight? But I'm excited about that. At the moment, announced. I think we got 4 50-50s announced. Probably got about another 3 or 4 waiting.
All right, can't wait. Another great night to start the summer. But like I said, the party's about to start. So,
Looks like it.
Let's go and get our dancing on.
Cheers, Rashid.